I'm a specialist in remote viewing, interspecies communication. I've been described as a galactic shaman because I work with galactic issues and I also work with earth issues. We're going to start working with both of them together as we start to prepare for two eclipses that are going to hit or cross over the United States, each at their own time, but they create an X over Texas. So, what does that mean? This is the reason why you should be listening to your horoscopes, listening to what's going on with the planets. Those two eclipses that happen with the planets are indicating by having a path that crisscrosses at separate times over Texas, a particular point in Texas. They're letting us know that there's issues there. And those eclipses come to sweep away, to pull the rug out from under you, to create such chaos that there are changes. How about if we create changes without the chaos? And for that, we're starting our Prosperity in the Midst of Chaos training. At this point, it is free on Twitter at 6 o'clock. It will be advertised. You'll be able to join us. You can ask questions, but mainly it's going to be training your mind to keep its focus on your prosperity in spite of the chaos. Now let's go ahead with your horoscopes. I'm not an astrologer, but I'm not a medical doctor either, and I work with a lot of people who are ill. I do a lot of business consulting. I do all sorts of consulting because when you're a remote viewer, you actually are not supposed to know anything about what it is that you're going to read because that makes it messy. You end up with your opinions. So I'm going to give you what it is that I see that the planets will be sending you this week, which is the 17th to the 23rd of July, 2023. Let me say that a lot of times good stuff is supposed to come your way, and it does not come your way because you have a big spirit attached. And that spirit was from somebody who did have a physical body, and that body died. But that spirit continues with its astrological characteristics. Astrology, astral body spirit. So if you have a huge spirit, you may not get what it is that's good that the planets are sending you. Also, if you have black magic, a lot of times you will not get what it is that you should be getting from the planets. So if your astrological information never matches your life, you never get the good stuff, then you either have a huge spirit or you have black magic. If you have black magic, you have a huge spirit. So it's basically all about spirits blocking your intentions and the intention of the planets to contribute to your evolution. Enough of the teaching. Let's go into each of you. Aries is a male sign and it's a fire sign. What is going on with Aries? The bottom of your root chakra is burning up, which means you're very angry about money issues, security issues, where you're going to live, how you're going to pay your bills, what are you going to do? Be careful you don't get angry at people that are not responsible and you end up losing some support. Aries, your mantra needs to be, even though I hate and my heart is broken, I love and accept myself. I don't know why, but I see a feather floating down close to you. If that happens, if you see a feather, keep it close to you. There's a message, and feather would be birds, and birds have to do with the air element, thinking. So I think that would mean that you need to be more thoughtful and less reactive emotionally, Aries. Our next sign is Taurus, which is a female sign, and it is an earth sign, the most earth of all the earth signs, which means they can be very stuck. Taurus, you have a lot of really good colors inside of you. You still have a box around you. Your head is out, your arms and your legs and feet are out, but the rest of you is in a box, which means you're containing your emotions, yet they're really good. I think you need to be aware that you should probably let everybody know that you are now a different person. You're not the same person. To please forgive you if you did anything that they didn't like in the past, but you're new, you're different. So maybe it's time to renegotiate a relationship because you're not the same person. So I think that telling people that is going to help you to start some wonderful new conversations, Taurus. And I think you're going to get a tremendous relief, especially in your stomach, because I think that either lying or holding back the truth, which is in my world another form of lying, you have upset your digestion. And your digestion's in your solar plexus. Your solar plexus chakra is the center of your personal power. So let's get that taken care of, Taurus, because you're really powerful, so that you can have your personal power. Okay? We're going to continue now with Gemini, which is an air sign, and it's a male sign. All the air signs are connected to the upper left-hand quadrant of your body. So if you are an air sign, which automatically makes you a male sign, that part of your body, which would be the left side of your head, your neck, your shoulders, your left arm, will more easily be damaged. If you broke an arm, chances are, if you're an air sign, it's your left arm and not your right. If you got hit by a car and you're in a car accident, the part of you that might have gotten injured would have been your left shoulder, not your right shoulder. It's interesting to know those connections, which means that you protect that side of you, air signs, upper left-hand quadrant of your body, which is the upper left-hand quadrant of your mind and mind streams, which are the instrument for creation. Continuing on to the next sign, which is Cancer. It's my sign. Cancer is a female sign, water element. Water element is all about emotions. Somebody has you tied up, having to do with the throat. So I see you like this and you want to talk, and there's somebody behind you and it's holding you back. All of you know that I'm a mind control victim, that I was sex trafficked. This movie that has come out on Sounds of Freedom about sex trafficking has really stimulated a lot of stuff, a lot of emotions. And there are people that don't want me to speak. So this that I just said for Cancer is actually happening for me right now. So what I see is you taking off this thing that's holding you back from talking. You have something in your hand, you bend over, you put it down, and then you pick up a baseball bat. Whoa. And you hold the baseball bat in your left shoulder like this, and you talk, but with a baseball bat. And I'm not going to go further because I have people who are not my friends that watch everything that I do. And I'm not going to give them another piece of information that might help them, whatever. Shut me up, whatever. But Cancer, I would have to say that you're going to be exercising your power, and I'm going to say that you're going to exercise it wisely. And I see you also turning around and saying to people, all you have to do is leave me alone. You don't have to worry about me. You just have to leave me alone. Whatever that means to all of you who are Cancers. And hopefully the fact that I have emotions involved in this particular part of the reading, hopefully that did not mess up my reading for Cancers. Generally, I'm able to put myself to the side. And if you had been trained by the government, you would never have been allowed to read or look at anything that you would have an emotional connection with, because there's a filter having to do with what you know and what you feel. Just giving you information in case you ever want to go into the business of being a professional psychic. I don't highly recommend it now because everybody's really good. There's all you have to do is turn around and ask your little kids a question and they will answer the truth. You're not going to like it. You're not going to accept it. But they're really, really good. Continuing on then to Leo, which is the next sign, which is a male sign and a fire sign. Leo, you're all kind of wrapped up. You're all black. You're not red, which is good. That would have been all the fire. But you're swinging, except you keep hitting yourself. You're held into something very small. So when you want to punch out, that punch comes back and you hit yourself. So I would say, Leo, that you work on getting out of that box that you're in, which I suspect you put yourself in. And I suspect that you not get aggressive, but because you're just hurting yourself. Very clear images, Leo. And I think perhaps if you've tried some things and it hasn't worked out and it's actually hurt you, you'll go, wow, that is true. So maybe I should not try to trip other people up because the person that I'm tripping up is me. Just relax. I think a lot of us have to wait because things are falling apart, unraveling, unfolding, being revealed, being thrown up in the air to see where it is that it ends up. So just hang out and wait, Leo. Not your time. This minute. That doesn't mean 2 years from now. Just right this minute, this month of July, not your time. Continuing on then to Virgo, which is an earth sign and a female sign. Virgo, you're much more operational. I see a lot more movement, all of your body except for your right leg. Your right leg, I don't know if it's limping. I'm not talking, it's possible that your right physical leg is limping. And if that is the case, in the comments, please put that so that other people that don't really know me can understand that I'm generally very good at this. But that is your power leg. For all of you, whether you're male or female, your right leg channels male energy of power, even if you're a female. And it's just kind of hanging out there. It's not doing anything. So I would say you need to start to do some mantras having to do with your personal power. And I think you also need to look at your digestion, because chances are, if that leg looks like that, then your solar plexus, which is very connected, which is all about personal power, is also going to be bad. And your solar plexus is called the garbage can of emotions, and it controls your digestion. So if your right leg is not doing well, chances are your digestion's not doing well. If your digestion's not doing well, chances are your right leg is not great. I have terrible digestion because I'm a Cancer, and I have had no reflexes in my right leg since I was a child. That's how beaten up that power leg is in me by the people that controlled me. So I know the association is accurate. Okay? You know what to work on, Virgo. Your mantra, please God help me with my intention to purify the ancestral vasanas of my power, of my power, not of my power. What's blocking your power? Might get interesting for you, Virgo, because it may be something that you don't even remotely suspect. And it's not anybody that's around you that's blocking you. Continuing on to the next sign, which is Libra, which is an air sign, and it's a male sign. Why do I insist on telling you what gender your sign is associated with? Because that gives you another filter through which you look at the world. Your mind would be very male if you are an air sign or a fire sign. And your mind and your themes and your interests would be very female if you're an earth or a water sign. And what's going to kill us all on planet Earth is a lack of balance of the elements, and we don't know anything about them. So this is another way to help educate and just widen the lens and apply it whenever it seems appropriate. So Libra, I see you standing next to your car. Your house is over there. You're here. You're outside of your house, so you don't want to be there. You have a skirt on, whether you're male or female, and the wind keeps blowing up the skirt. You're standing next to the car. I think you've been wanting to flee your life for a long time. And that's why I always see you outside of the car, on the side of the car that's the furthest from the house. So the wind comes, it blows up your skirt, and then you push your skirt down, whether you're male or female. So you kind of, wind is thought, mind. It could relate to talking. I think you're afraid of being exposed, and you're almost safer if you go back inside the house rather than being out there where there's wind that could lift up your skirt. So you need to decide, do you want the safety and go back and hide inside, or do you want to do what you want, which is movement, change, which you've stopped yourself from for an awful long time, Libra. Let me give you a mantra. Please God help me with my intention to know what to do. No, it's really interesting because you do know what you have to do. We have to change it. Please, God, help me with my intention to make all the changes gracefully. Please, God, help me with my intention to make all the changes gracefully. Okay? I think you're going to have to do something. I think I said it before. You're going to get sick. You don't need to be where you're at. You think it's going to be hard to change. Certain things may be hard, but you don't really have an option, Libra. The mantra is going to help you a lot. The next sign is a female sign. It's a water sign, and it's a Scorpio. Scorpio. I see something running through you, an energy, and you're going, okay, 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 I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell everybody the truth. I'm going to do it. That's it. I'm going to do it. Everybody knows everything anyway. I'm going to do it. This is you, Scorpio, talking to yourself. And I see you have a bag and you're packing it. Okay, 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 I'm going to do it. And then you say, everybody knows I'm lying anyway. I don't know what that's all about, but let's give you a mantra to give you, you know what, you're really tired. So do the mantra, even though I'm exhausted, I love and accept myself. Even though I'm exhausted, I love and accept myself. I think maybe figure out what it is that is able to help you with your exhaustion, and then go ahead and do it, because you already made your decision. You're going to be doing some stuff, and this has been several weeks in the making. This is a week in which a lot of people are going to make decisions and change things, or things are going to be changed for them. It's always better for you to make the change. It keeps you kind of in control. I'm a control freak, obviously. So we're going to continue on. We are going now to the next male sign, which is a fire sign, which is Sagittarius. Sagittarius has been through living hell. I see a house, and then I see a rope that is dropped from heaven, and it's tied in many different places. So you're able to grab the rope and pull yourself up, and then where the rope is tied, you can put your feet, and then you can rest a little bit as you are continuing to go up the rope to get out of this house or this house situation. And then you extend your arm, your left arm down, and it becomes real long. And there's a person there, and it's a child, and the child grabs onto your arm, and you swing it up, and you put her on the rope above you so that she can keep going up the rope. And then there's another person, but you decide you're not going to extend your arm because you're not sure that you can carry them, or that the whole thing will collapse, which basically is it's a getting away from something dark, which is not the person. It's like a house or like a place, your business. And you keep scurrying up the rope. And you're looking down, and it's almost like that place, that house, that whatever is in the underworld. And you have now brought yourself up to what would be root chakra, which would be the point in between your legs. You brought yourself up to there rather than being in the underworld. So you've been living in the underworld due to a location, a house, a business, not the business, but the location of the business. When I do this, I start to, when my nose starts to bother me, it's usually because I'm going to say something important, and the spirits would prefer that I not do that. The bad spirits. Well, here goes. Rubbing my nose and seeing what it is that comes up next. Okay. Somehow, Sagittarius, you've been living in the underworld. Probably an accumulation of different factors, but the house, structure, property, the building your company is in, you would know that, not I, because for each of you it would be business. That is the thing that is holding you down. Okay? And Sag, you're doing something about your situation. You're getting away from something that has not been good, and I guess it's been hard to get away from. So you're doing the right thing. So keep going. Want a mantra? Please God help me with my intention that we be safe. And I don't know why I'm not using the word protected, but the word I'm getting is safe. Continuing on to Capricorn, which is a female sign and an earth sign. I see a flagpole. You're lifting a flag, and that flag is not a country flag. It's not a political flag. It is like a flag you'd put on a boat, maybe. I'm trying to see, the colors keep changing. It's not a rainbow flag, but it's a flag where the colors keep changing. And basically what that means is Capricorn, who can be very stuck and stubborn because they're an earth sign, they like tradition. What that means is that you're going to be flowing with whatever it is that's going on. You're not going to be stuck with a concept, a word, an institution. Flapping in the wind like the Tibetan prayer flags. You're open to movement. You're open to change. This is really good, Capricorn. Wow, really good. And you're signaling it. That's a flag on top of a post. You're signaling it. So you want for other people to know. That's good. Okay, I like that. I love Capricorns. The biggest loves in my life have been Capricorns. In terms of the men in my life. But obviously, I'm a Cancer. They're the polar opposite. So it's a nice fit astrologically, which really helps if you're going to spend a lot of time with someone. Okay. Yes, I know. Your astrological sign does not define everything. But I have to tell you as an observer that it makes a really nice difference if you are synchronized astrologically with somebody you're dealing with. And I'm not going to ask anybody to excuse me. Those are my personal observations. Okay, Aquarius is the next sign, and Aquarius is a male sign, and it's an air sign, which again, that means the upper left quadrant. I suspect there's going to be stuff happening physically to the air signs because I never talk about the part of the body that the signs are associated with, and I'm doing it again. If you're an Aquarius, you are channeling air. The area that you're the most vulnerable is in the upper left-hand quadrant of your body, because that's where you channel your element. So if you broke an arm, you probably broke the left and not the right. If you hit your face, it would have been the left side. You dislocated shoulder, it will probably be the left. You have a car accident, it's the left side of your upper part of your body that gets harmed, etc. So go back to your history of ailments, surgeries, blows, injuries, falls. Where did everything hit? And that quadrant has to do with relationships, not children, not family, all the other relationships, not just sexual relationships. So maybe you struggle a little bit more there. I've never looked at that. I will later, not right now. Continuing on to the last sign, which is Pisces. It's a female sign. It's a water sign, the most evolved of all the signs. Pisces, you're actually looking really good. You're unraveling. You still don't have a deep desire to be alive on planet Earth at this time. Pisces come in and they look and they go, oh no, not again in this incarnation. I'm going to go through that again. No. And they fall asleep. But they woke up now because now is the time for them to deliver whatever it is they said they wanted to deliver in this incarnation. So I see you actually really, really good. I see a lot of green, mind strings, Nile green, which is the color they're supposed to be. So you may have been sleeping, but obviously you were healing all that time you were sleeping because you look really, really good, even though you do not have a strong desire to live or to play the game of life. So let's give you a mantra for that. Please, God, help me with my intention to be happy. An intention mantra. You repeat it in your head, you blow your air out through your mouth, and just don't think about what would make you happy. You don't have to think, because God knows more about you than you do, or that inner God you have inside of you knows more about you than you do. Just keep, please, God, help me with my intention to be happy. And then if you think you can never be happy, then you have to change it to, please, God, help me with my intention to believe that I can be happy. You know what? Why don't you do that one? Because Pisces don't have a lot of faith because of all they've witnessed through all those reincarnations, all the injustice, all the lack of compassion. It literally destroys their heart, which is why it's so protected. Okay, my name is FRANCESFOX. I'm a remote viewer, trained in all the psychic abilities, all of which I use now to do what it is that I love to do, which is to help people in their process of evolution. And we are at not the tipping point, we're at the end. So whatever help I'm able to give you through this information, then you need to know that that's the reason why I was born. So why were you born? What was your mission? You need to get in touch with that, because if things get really difficult, knowing that you chose this chaos may be the only thing that helps you to stay afloat in the midst of the chaos. Remember, Tuesdays we're going to be doing prosperity training, and Thursdays we're going to be doing world peace training. And in between all of that, we are going to, all of this on Twitter, we are going to be teaching you how to be a shaman, work with the elements, clear the path that two eclipses are supposed to come and create havoc, learn how to tone down hurricanes, all of which we have all known that shamans can do throughout the history of the planet. But I'm going to be teaching you that, and it's a lot more simple than you think. Have a great week.